G'day everybody. Welcome to Round Glass Living. I'm Nico DiMattina, calling in from Melbourne, Australia today. And thanks for joining me today for this session in my series Meditation in Motion, where we explore ways of cultivating energy using breath, sound, and movement. It's an absolute pleasure to be sharing this wisdom with you all, this timeless wisdom. And we know that there are many other things that you could be choosing to do right now, but you've chosen to be here with us at Round Glass Living. And we are super grateful to have you here as we continue to grow this uplifting community. Now, in today's session, we will explore how to harness your mental strength by igniting your inner power and resilience so you'll feel invincible in taking on life's challenges. Yes, please. Woo! Who doesn't want some invincibility in their life? Bit of Superman vibes, Superwoman vibes. So let's begin by checking in with ourselves. So I invite you all to just close your eyes and let's take one collective inhale in through our bellies, filling up the belly, drawing further breath up into the chest, holding it at the top for 3, 2, 1, and slowly exhaling the breath all the way out. Beautiful way to start practice and just anchoring into the breath and into the body. And now let's just check in with ourselves and rate how you feel out of 10. 1 is feeling super stressed and fatigued and overwhelmed, lacking confidence, and in a negative state of mind. And 10 is feeling super calm, centered, grounded, strong, positive, confident, motivated, clear-minded, and in control. Now, whatever number that you are, anywhere between 1 and 10, no need to judge the number, just observe where you're at. And we'll check back in at the end of the session. And it'd be great to hear from all of you as well to make this as interactive as possible. So if you're open, please share your number in the chat, what you just rated yourself. And additionally, I'd love to just pose a question for us all. What ways do you stay calm in challenging moments in your life? Feel free to pop it into the chat. And at the end of our meditation today, I'll have a few moments to respond to your comments and questions. So at any stage throughout the journey, don't hesitate to pop a question or a comment in the thread. Excellent. So you can open up your eyes now. And just to begin with a little story. So a little story about mental resilience, actually. And one of the key ingredients that I feel is a huge part of mental resilience that is often not spoken about. So when COVID hit the world, I was still living in Venice Beach in Los Angeles. I happened to be visiting my home country, Australia, where I'm at the moment. And international borders closed. My flights got cancelled back to the States. Now, I still had my apartment lease in LA with all of my things. My whole life was there. But the COVID situation was uncertain with the timing of things. So I wasn't sure, 1, when I would be able to get back to the US. And 2, I wasn't sure whether to keep my apartment lease or to let it go, which saddened me because I loved my apartment and the location. And I had my whole life there and friends there. It was great. So what I did after a lot of deliberation and oscillation back and forth, what to do, yes or no, hold on, let go, I decided to surrender. I decided to let go and I decided to accept the situation and I decided to end my lease, to just let it go fully. I ended up doing a remote move out, assembling a bunch of my legendary friends to help me pack some boxes and send them back to Australia for me. Some legendary friends, super grateful. Now, the feeling that came over me after making this decision and officially handing the keys over to the apartment was a feeling of relief and sweet liberation. I felt so free not having any things, no furniture, no apartment lease, no mortgage. It was great. I felt so free, so light, no more baggage. Now, by accepting the situation and letting go of how things had been, even though I had loved my apartment, loved my time in LA, and I preferred it not to change because I was liking how it was going. By accepting and letting go, it allowed me to adapt to the situation much better and be more resilient by not wasting any extra energy and thoughts and time on my losses and what I had, rather than anchoring my attention to the here and the now. So the key ingredient with this experience to mental resilience and adaptability was acceptance. We'll come back to this acceptance at the end of this experience. So just plant the seed in your mind there of letting go and acceptance, and it's going to hold us in great stead for adaptability in our life. All right. Thanks for indulging me in that story. Enough talking. Let's get into the action. So I invite you all to stand up, and we're going to do Nico's signature shake. Oh, yeah. Shake, shake, shake. Da, 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 da. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Da, 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 da. Shake your booty. All right. So our feet are going to be planted firmly in the earth. Toes gripping into the earth. Feet are shoulders width apart. Gripping down with the toes, knees slightly bent. Pelvic floor is relaxed. Shoulders relaxed. Now closing your eyes. And for the next 2 minutes, we're going to begin to shake. Bouncing on your feet, bouncing on your knees, bouncing on your legs. Flicking the fingers and the arms. Your breathing is natural here. Breathing in fully and exhaling fully. I always prefer to breathe through my nose if you can, if you're not blocked up. Or you can breathe through your mouth as well. It's okay. The nose is a bit more of a controlled breath. And we've got little hairs in our nose that acts as filters for blocking out the stuff that, is toxic to our system, or, blocking out the stuff that shouldn't be coming into our system. So that's why it's good to breathe through the nose, because we've got these filters. If we breathe through the mouth, we've got no filters there to stop the toxins and the pathogens. So just a reminder, the nose breathing is preferred when possible. Now keep shaking and shaking and shaking. Have fun with it. Be playful, be silly with it. Shake, move. Moving the shoulders and the arms, the head and the neck. Maybe poking your tongue out, moving it from left to right, up and down. Beautiful. Keep shaking. We've got about 30 more seconds to go. There's a saying in Sanskrit, nirvatattvam, which means go where you are not, or be where you are not. So if you're up high right now, maybe go down into a squat. If you're down in a squat, get high. If you're to the right, go to your left. If you're diagonal this way, go diagonal that way. So just move your body in every which way. Shake it up. Change it up. All right, 5 more seconds. Final few shakes. 3, 2, 1, and relax everything. And I invite you all to take a seat now, keeping the eyes closed, and allow your breath to settle into its most natural rhythm. And just connect with the energy that's flowing through your body right now. And we're going to stay here in this stillness for the next minute. Just notice how you're feeling. A little bit more stimulated after that. You're feeling a little bit more alive. Maybe a little bit of heat in the system. Energized. Maybe clear-minded. Maybe lightheaded. Whatever it is, it's completely okay. Just effortlessly observe. And just a moment of reflection now whilst we're keeping our eyes closed. Connecting with any baggage, any stresses, any worries, any fears that you've been holding on to for this past week. Maybe it's something within your career, direction, or a promotion or a conversation you've been needing to have. Maybe it's something to do with your relationships. Maybe it's something to do with your health. And whatever it is, allow yourself to completely let the worries and the stresses and the fears, let them go. We'll sit here for the next 30 seconds. Okay, so now we are fully present in the here and now. We're ready for our main exercise. So I invite you all to open your eyes now. And just a quick summary of that exercise. I do this when I wake up, first thing in the morning. I just shake, shake, shake. Sometimes I put my favorite song on. It's amazing what the shaking does, right? You shake off the stress. You aliven and awaken your body, right? You get fresh energy, prana, life force energy, chi, into the body, right? Through your breath and through your shakes. So every breath that we take as well, every out breath is a purifying breath. We're letting go, right? Letting go of the old, right? Any worries that we've, been carried on with us into the now. We let go every breath, and then every inhale, we're breathing in fresh energy, new perspective, new solutions, right? And that's shaking. It's fun thing. And they've been doing this in ancient times. The ancient Egyptians were known to shake for days on end for healing deep traumas and to getting into high altered states of consciousness. So have fun with it and utilize the shaking exercise as much as you can. Shake it out. Have fun with it. And it's amazing how your body feels after as well. A lot looser, a lot clearer, a lot more open. So it's always great to start with the more stimulating exercises and then moving into more subtle exercises, which is what we're going to do today. So it's always nice to end in the stillness after the stimulation. Okay, so the main journey we're about to begin now for the next 5 minutes. We're going to go through a Kundalini yoga technique where we'll hold our arms horizontally up in line with the shoulders. So bring your arms up now, join me. And whilst the arms are going to be up here, we're going to be sitting straight, activating this pelvic floor, just strong, so that becomes our base, our anchor. Our breath is going to be natural. So whatever the natural rhythm of the breath is, we're going to maintain that. So this technique, we're going to just hold our arms up, right? We're going to be doing it for 5 minutes. And the technique will build your mental resilience to prove to yourself the amazing capability that you have to deal with any pain, any discomfort, and any chaos. Remember, mind over matter is a popular motto that I like to remind myself. And at the completion of this exercise of holding the arms up, we're going to bring the arms down and we're going to sit in the stillness for 5 minutes and bask in that inner power that we've cultivated. It's beautiful and blissful, let me tell you. So for many of you, you may feel so energized or have a sense of confidence to take on any challenge in life. It's very empowering. So good job. We've already been doing it for a minute. So we've got 4 more minutes to go. Now, as we're holding the arms up here, you might want to just twisting the palms open and rotating them again back to where they were. Open, rotation. So once again, these rotations are really important to just moving the body into different positions, right? We often think about walking or running, which, by the way, I'm a fan of both, not poo-pooing any of them. But it's the same motion, the same mechanical motion of walking or running every time. There's not much deviation from that. There's not much side to side or diagonal movement. So that's what's great here about the rotations. We could just be holding our arms there and that's fine too. And by the way, We're 2 minutes in. Great job. 3 more minutes to go. And this is, your arms are probably starting to feel a little bit sore. I know mine are. Starting to feel a bit heavy. And just remember, mind over matter. Keep breathing. Your breath becomes the anchor back into your body. If you're thinking in your mind, I can't do this, replace it with, I can do this. And replace it with, I am doing this. You're doing great. Keep it going. Just remember your strength here, finding your pelvic floor and that core, that connection to the earth. You are so strong and so capable. You may begin to get a little bit sweaty, a bit hot now. It's fine. It's good. We welcome it. Your body is feeling alive, awake. Doing great. 2 more minutes to go. Those arms, shoulder length. The palms rotating forward and back. Breath is steady, either through the nose or through the mouth. You're doing fantastic. Feel that strength and stability in your body and in your arms. Know that you're pushing through this pain barrier here. They often say we've got about 30% more than what we think. When we think we're done and we can't go any further, that's just the mind. We've got more left in the tank. So we just keep breathing. Keep reminding ourselves that you're doing great. Keep reminding ourselves that I've got this. Keep reminding ourselves that we are magnificent and strong and powerful. Right? That positive self-talk is so important. You're doing great. And remember, this is proving to ourselves we're discovering greater depths within us, greater depth of our capacity and capability. All these resources that we have inside of ourselves. Doing amazing. 30 more seconds. We're almost there. Keep rotating those arms. It might be shaking a little bit, and that's completely fine. You're almost there. 15 more seconds. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. The arms come comfortably in the lap now. You might want to give them a little massage. Great job. All right, once you've given yourself a little massage, your hands can just come comfortably in the lap, inviting you to close your eyes down if you haven't already. This next 5 minutes, we're going to just bask in this stillness and just connecting with what you're feeling in your body right now. What are you noticing? And if you notice that your mind wanders off onto a topic other than what we're working with right now, which is, our breath and our body and the sensations. If you notice your mind wanders off to something else, let that thought go and just anchor back to your breath and bring your awareness back into your body. The breath becomes the anchor back into the body from a thought. And when we bring our awareness back into the body, just become aware of the sensations and the feelings that you're experiencing. And remember, there's no right or wrong here. We're just effortlessly observing. breath is stable, steady, natural. And notice how you feel after this small accomplishment of 5 minutes of holding those arms up, building that endurance, that resilience. Notice how empowered you feel. Notice how stable and strong, confident that you feel. "90 more seconds here, just basking in this stillness." And just recognize the depth of stillness here that we've gone to, the depth of the peace and quiet. It's a beautiful thing, and this is our natural state of awareness. And their goal is to stabilize this state with consistent practice. So 20 more seconds here, basking in this magic of this stillness. Three, two, one, and relax. Keeping the eyes closed, let's take one collective breath all the way in, all the way up to the top, to our max. When you get to the top, hold for 10 seconds here. Pelvic floor gets activated, draws in and up. Holding for 3, 2, 1, and exhaling fully, slowly, emptying out all the breath, all the way out. Bringing your awareness into the room right now and slowly opening your eyes. All right, welcome back, everyone. Whew, hope you're all feeling as groovy as I am in my body. Oof, a lot of heat that I just cultivated there. Feels good, feel very alive. Hope you do too. So let's thoughts in the chat and I'll respond to some of the questions and comments that have come through. So just remember that question earlier that I asked was, what ways do you stay calm in challenging moments in your life? So a few people mentioned finding humor helps me relax. Love that. Yeah, so important, especially this time of craziness in the world. We need some humor. Laughter is such great medicine. Let's not forget that. Another person mentioned finding a new perspective. Sometimes I'm feeding my own fears. Absolutely. And it's interesting you mentioned about the different perspective. Like what I shared when we're holding the arms up, some of the negative thoughts that come up, right? That you can't do this or you're done. And it's like, let's flip it. What's the opposite to that? The opposite of I can't do this is I can do this. So whenever you notice that you've got this negative thought loop, first and foremost, I want you all to celebrate that you caught yourself. That's huge. When you acknowledge you've broken the pathway, the neural pathway, game changer. So celebrate when you catch yourself. And then the next thing to do, part 2, is what's the opposite to that? I can't do this. What's the opposite of that? I can do this. All right. So this is really, really helpful to just anchor in. You know, the mind is not the source of our truth. The heart is this greater source of intelligence. That's why we, bow down our heads to the greater intelligence in our hearts. Another person mentioned listening to calming music and putting my hand on my heart while taking mindful breaths. Beautiful. I love putting my hand on my heart too and my belly. It's amazing when you feel the breath rise from the belly into the heart. It's great. And holding your body is a great anchor of safety, grounding. Right? Notice when we're in our limited fear-based thinking of the mind, we're up a bit too high. We need to get grounded back into the heart, back into the body. So holding ourselves there is also a good anchor point, anchoring out of the mind and the incessant thoughts, anchoring into here, the source of our deeper intelligence. Awesome. And this is great. So thanks all so much for sharing that. Love hearing your comments. And this is great. I'm sure everyone is super appreciative of hearing other people's comments too. So just to summarize all of this, the whole theme of today has been about mental resilience and reminding us that we're all so powerful as our baseline. Our foundation is strong and stable and steady and loving, right? And resilient. So that's our baseline. This is our natural state of awareness. So let's come back home to our truth, to our true self. Come back home to our natural state. You've always got more in the tank as well, right? Whenever you think, shit, life's a bit overwhelming here, this is a bit too much. Remember to this too shall pass. Everything in life is in a constant state of flux and moving. So our goal is to be stable in it and just witness it all pass by. And it will pass by. So we don't need to get caught up in the drama. Getting caught up in the drama is just getting caught up in the mind too much, the thoughts about that thing. When we're in the witness function, when we're able to witness what's going on, we have a bit of separation from that event so we don't get so overwhelmed by it, which is awesome. Greater stability, more centered, more grounded, greater adaptability to connect with the solution, the creative solution, to jump in that evolutionary flow. So keep challenging yourself every day and building this mental resilience. Now, I always appreciate a quote, especially this quote from Buddha, when he says, to enjoy good health, to bring true happiness to one's family, to bring peace to all, one must first discipline and control one's own mind. If a man can control his mind, he can find the way to enlightenment, and all wisdom and virtue will naturally come to him. I love that so much. So let's focus on mastering our minds through daily meditation. They call it meditation practice for a reason. We've got to keep practicing. It's not just a one and done thing once a week. Let's do it every day. So we're no longer controlled by our thoughts, and we can start listening to our hearts more, the greatest source of our intelligence. And remember, everything gets better with greater self-discipline. And I even like to say, instead of discipline, let's say blisscipline. It's the experience. By being disciplined, we experience more bliss in our lives. So final thing as we end today, let's just check back in with ourselves. What is that number again between 1 and 10, where you're at right now? Compare that number with where you were at the start of the session. And just remember that you're in control of your state and how you choose to respond to life. Awesome, everyone. Thanks for joining today. Remember that you can meditate with Round Glass Living live every single day. Join us anytime at round.glass and on our app. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.